My name is Byrne Power and I live in Alaska. I haven't always lived here. I used to live in New York City. I lived there for about 16 years and was quite heavily involved in art, music, film, things like that. I've also taken quite a few trips to Europe. And in doing so, I've discovered a world of puppets. Puppets. What do we really know about puppets? To most Americans, puppetry is a children's art, the Muppets, impossibly cuddly, cute creatures. Some people have a little more knowledge. They know about the folk art of puppetry, Pinocchio, Punch and Judy, marionettes on strings, that sort of thing. In 2005, I took a journey into the world of European puppet theaters for several months. I discovered that puppetry is not only alive and well in places like France, Germany, Austria, Poland, and especially the Czech Republic, but that as an art form, it's perfectly suited to dealing with the issues that confront us in the 21st century. Problems like technological alienation. Puppetry militates against stardom. Puppetry uses the tangible and the tactile to be an antidote against the virtual, which grabs us from pretty much every screen these days. More importantly, puppeteers have a distinct knowledge of that fact and use their art to speak into our times. Don't believe me? Well, let me recommend you a documentary on the subject. Oops, I can't do that. There are none on the subject that has really captured what puppetry has become, and I have looked. There are a few sentimental documentaries on the subject. There are a few interesting interviews as extra features on a couple of DVDs. There are documentaries that might highlight one or two interesting artists, but nothing that really shows you what I saw on my journey through European puppet theaters in 2005. And it was on that journey that I was so inspired by what I encountered that I brought back a style or two that has since been adopted in Haines, Alaska. Starting in 2005, the rural town of Haines, Alaska has been home to 3 different puppet troupes performing in an unusual experimental style. In 2009, I received a grant from Alaska's Rasmussen Foundation and used it to take our troupe, Reckoning Motions, across North America. We discovered that our strange puppetry would communicate across a societal spectrum, from native villages in Canada to rock clubs in New York City, from Christian high schools in Florida to anarchist art collectives in Oakland, California. Since 2005, however, I have been determined to get back to Europe to make a documentary on the unusual forms of puppetry I experienced firsthand, and that very few others, particularly in America, seem to know exists. I am planning on going back to Europe this fall. I have maintained my friendships and connections in several puppet troupes, and I have spent much of the last few years researching European puppet history in order to have intelligent conversations with a variety of puppeteers in France, Belgium, Germany, Poland, Austria, and the Czech Republic. I have also been in contact with puppet filmmakers, the brothers Quay, who are quite knowledgeable on the subject. And most importantly, I have used my Czech contacts to approach the great puppet filmmaker Jan Schwenkmeyer about an interview. All I really need is a date. I am fully aware that the funds I am looking for will not give me a complete film, but the clock is ticking. I will be able to get the equipment and many of the interviews I need, including Schwenkmeyer's, who is now in his late 70s. So, your support is crucial in getting this project to the next step. You may not understand why puppetry is such an important art, but that's exactly why this documentary needs to be made. And I can only do it with your help. Thank you for taking the time to consider this project. What do you really know about puppets? If you want to find out,